Hello, so here we go with lesson 3 from level 2. So we're going to look at a bit more open closed hi-hat playing. Again, and I'll keep saying this in lots of different lesson videos that I do, that I'm assuming that you've sort of worked your way through book 1, because at the end of book 1 we first looked at doing open and closed hi-hats, which was on the and of beat 4. What we're going to do in this one is we're going to look at kind of bringing it forward a beat. So we're going to open it on the and of beat 3. Now, first thing you may notice is that our open and closed looks different, because we've not seen this way of doing it before. So, excuse me, at the end of book 1, the open hi-hat was written with we had a circle, if you remember, around the note. So that's one way of writing an open hi-hat, with a circle around it. The other way, and probably the more common way, is to do it like this. So the circle above the note is the one that you're going to open, and the plus sign is the one you're going to close. So you might have a circle kind of here on beat 1 and then a plus sign down here on beat 3. That would mean you would leave it open between the circle and the plus sign. A lot of the times it is just like how it's written here, open on one, closed straight on the next one, but sometimes you get it open and do different things like that. If we think back to the open hi-hat we did at the end of book 1, as I said previously, we opened it on the and of beat 4 and we closed it on beat 1. So it went like this. Okay, so we opened it and then we closed it on beat 1. So what was happening there when we closed it, our foot was going down on the hi-hat pedal and our bass drum was going down. So both feet were going down at the same time and we were hitting the bass drum, the hi-hat at the same time on beat 1. What we've got here is we're now going to be closing it when we hit the snare drum. So it's going to sound like this now. So to tackle this one, what I would do is just practice this section first. Okay, just the open and close bit. So what you'll do is you'll start with your foot up off the pedal. You're going to play an open hi-hat, and then you're going to close it as you hit the hi-hat and the snare drum. So you'll go open, closed. Open, closed. Okay, so there's a little bit of different coordination involved to the one we've done previously. What I would then probably do is add the beat before it. Okay, now your feet are almost doing a walking pattern there, because what's happening is your right foot is playing here and your left foot is playing here. So you're going right foot, lift up the left, open, left foot to close it. Okay, let's do through that there. Let's go through that again. Let's just zoom in a little bit. So you've got right foot with it closed, left foot comes up, you play it open, and then your left foot goes down to close it. So it's right foot, open, left foot. Okay. So if we play the whole groove, it's going to sound like this. Okay, so it's just thinking about those opposite feet working. So if I just kind of go through what the feet are doing, so it's right foot, and then right foot, left up, left down. Right foot, left foot. Okay, so you've got to watch when you do that end bit that you don't get a bass drum as well as I just played there. You don't want both feet going down at the same time on that one. If we speed it up, it's going to sound like this. Okay, now your next one, even though this has got more opens in it, I think this one is actually a little bit easier. And sometimes it's probably worth if you're struggling with the first one, start with this one, then go back to the first one. Because all we're going to do is take what we played on beat 3 and 4 on the previous exercise and do the same thing now on beat 1 and beat 2. So we get an open before each snare drum hit. So it's going to go like this. So what's happening with our feet is it's right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Now, one way to try this, to kind of do it without thinking too much about, this hand's playing with that and that foot's playing with that, is start with your feet. So you go right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Okay, so they're kind of doing this walking pattern. Over the top of that, we're going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So if you just play your normal hand pattern, your normal 8th note hand groove pattern over the top, without trying to think too much about what your feet are doing, it should just kind of take care of itself. Okay, and so on. So that's another way of approaching it. The other way, as we've said many times previously, is break it up into small chunks. If you've got to do it really, really slow, don't be afraid to go kind of like that. Think, right, what have we got to do now? I've got to lift my left foot up, I've got to hit the hi-hat. Right, what have I got to do now? I've got to hit both hands together and just my left foot there. So it's doing that, thinking about it, open, closed, and then we just get a single closed hi-hat after it on this beat here, and then it repeats. Okay, so again, take your time with it. You'll be fine. What we're going to do as well then, we're going to do another couple of grooves just to look at a slightly different way of getting an open hi-hat sound. Because all the opens we've done so far have been while we've been playing eighth notes on the hi-hat. So we've had quite a short open and close sound. It's just been open for half a beat and then closed. If we've only got quarter notes on the hi-hat, as we've got here, we'll get a longer open sound because it's going to stay open for a whole beat rather than half a beat. So we're going to go back to the first drum groove we ever learnt, the good old quarter note beat like this. And for this first one, we're going to open it on beat 1 and it will close on beat 2 as we hit the snare drum. So same kind of coordination involved as in the previous one we've done. We've just not got that any hi-hat beats in between. So it's going to go like this. So it's right foot and then left foot goes down there on beat 2. So right foot, as we're going to watch out for as well, is on this one. As your right foot goes down on that first beat, your left foot's got to come up. So we kind of get this opposite thing going. So if you start with it closed, okay, and then as you play your right foot, your left foot's going to come up. So your feet are doing opposite things and then goes down and closes together there. And then remembering keeping it closed for the rest of the bar. Okay, and the final one, we're going to stick the open right at the end of the bar this time. So this time it's going to be open when we hit the snare drum on beat 4. So what's going to happen here is our hands go down, our left foot's going to come up to open the hi-hat. Now you might find if you don't get that full open sound, you might not be lifting that left foot up, or that right foot if you're left-handed, but you might not be lifting it up just in time, so make sure you get it up at the correct time. So this is going to sound like this. Okay, so for this one, slightly different bit of coordination because when we close it, we're closing it with the bass drum. So we've got our open on beat 4, and then when you close it, you're going to hit the hi-hat and both feet will go down at the same time to get that closed. Okay, so again, you might just want to practice beat 4, and then go into beat 1, and then go through the rest of the groove. Okay, so those open hi-hats combined with the one we did at the end of book 1 should give you enough kind of coordination to work on making a few of your own ideas up with that. Experiment with open hi-hats in different places. Also experiment with them not just on the on the beat. I mean, we've done them on the beat on these two, but do them like that with eighth notes. So you might open on beat 1, like beat 1 and beat 3. So. Beat 1 and beat 2.